And oh, it's awful. Weird.
Live from our home base in the Summit City, it's the Mastication Station. With your host, who can't seem to find the stage, Tony J. Lemmon. And he moved the stage twice, the studio ed, Lee Daly. Our guest tonight, physician's assistant and paraphernalia locator, Marcus Schwab. And train entertainer and rat fink model, Tod Ramsey. Our sponsor tonight, the good folks of Leroy's lightly used toothbrush and paintbrush emporium. Brush it once, fool me twice. Brush it twice, fool me once. And our house band, all the way from Hot Coffee Junction, Mississippi, the Chicken Fried Suspendered Southern Lawyers Gospel Trio. And now, filmed before a live studio audience, as long as he shows up, Tony J. Lemmon.
All right, we're here.
Well, thanks, Tony, for showing up.
Um,
You're on the back side of the curtain, right?
wait,
Keep going.
Wait a minute.
Keep going and keep going.
how did Johnny do this?
I think it's nice.
There it is. Hey! Welcome. All of you are here. The 50th showing of our viewing. What is
People
this,
actually keep coming. Maybe it's the lure of the buffet or the gum under the seats.
Yeah. And everybody gets a free piece of gum tonight, too.
Pre-chewed.
Pre-chewed for you, just so it's easier on any dentures you may have. 50th show, and this is actually the first show that we've done that's all AI. Everybody is AI. We're all artificial intelligence.
Right.
Nobody here is real. I mean, would I look like this if I made this up? No. Actually, if I was, I want you to think about this. If an actor portrayed you as Lee Daly in the 50th episode,
Right.
I'm thinking about my actor would be Cloris Leachman. That's the person that's going to play.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Hey, last known photo. Here is the studio ed, Lee Daly.
Hey. Do I get a pick? I'd go with Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, okay.
For me.
Okay.
Because
he's tall.
Taller than you.
Okay. And he is putting on some, anyway.
Don't go there. Don't go there. I'm getting ready for winter. I'm like hibernating.
Oh, yeah. Built for comfort, not for speed.
That's right. 6 packs under the keg.
So where are we and all that stuff?
Well, Tony, I decided that for our 50th show, I talked with management and I talked with legal, and they wanted us to be back in Fort Wayne.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're here because we have our audience is much more inspired.
Yeah.
The promise of the buffet seems to work every time, and the pre-chewed gum under their seats.
Was when we were sponsored by that large manchovies?
Yes.
Is it going to be the manchovies, like the really large anchovies?
No.
Is it going to be the what was that sponsor? Fanny Friends gently used pastries?
No.
No. Okay.
No, in fact, all of our sponsors, except for tonight's sponsor, don't take our calls anymore.
Okay.
So,
well, the marshmallow dust people. What about them?
No.
Oh.
The only people that seem to respect us and want to be on our show again and again are the invasive plants.
Oh, the invasive plants are sponsoring us.
Right. No, just the invasive plants. Just they won't go away.
Okay, so the plants themselves.
Correct.
Okay.
Keep showing up. But I scoured Fort Wayne and I found a sponsor I think you're going to like.
Okay, all right. Well, who is
our sponsor this week, Tony, is Leroy's lightly used paintbrush and toothbrush emporium.
Okay, so it's an emporium.
It's an emporium, so you can go there and get a plethora of pre-used toothbrushes and paintbrushes.
Wonderful.
So they work.
How long have they been sponsoring us?
They've been sponsoring us. Oh, what time is it? About an hour.
Okay. So I can't wait to see the residuals from that.
I can't wait to see the pre-used toothbrushes.
Okay, because we have some, but those are for the toilets and stuff. I hope it's not one of those.
No, you didn't have to go there.
Yeah.
You went there anyway. We have about 250 audience members.
Okay, 250.
And the front couple rows are
There's a
filled
loud one
with,
over there.
Yeah, we could have security remove them. And we're just really glad to see everybody come tonight and our 50th show. I can't believe we've done 50 shows.
I've done all of them.
I've been most of them. I've been there.
Yeah, and we've only gotten in legal trouble once.
When we did the
we were sponsored by gluten,
and the Canadians went nuts.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
So we had some issues with legal, but those are over now.
Yeah,
we just
mostly.
can't mention the word gluten ever
that's
again.
good.
We're just kidding. Right, sorry.
So for our 50th episode, every year we have a new home office for where all our mail goes, and people are opening letters for us. So our new home office is right here. There's a picture of our home office right there. So I think what's interesting about this house is just depends on what side of the house you're standing on as to how you're going to get out. So
well, and it spins.
Yes, it does spin.
So on a really windy day, each of us has to be on either end.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, we just spin out of control and fall off into the
and
beach.
Soup is right out.
Soup is gone.
No soup on that.
No soup.
Well, our guests tonight are Marcus Schwab, who is a medical guy. He is a physician's assistant PA, and he's going to talk about medical things he might. I don't know if he is going to. Did you bring your gloves?
No. I wonder if he knows the phlebotomist that we had.
Oh, we did have a phlebotomist.
We did have a phlebotomist.
We did?
Blood drawing person?
We had a phlebotomist?
Yeah, we did. Because we asked him how he became a phlebotomist, and he said, well, I went to Walmart and I got my license. And I thought, man, I'm not going there anymore.
Wasn't that an informaticist? That was Matt.
No, that was a phlebotomist.
Okay.
And lobotomist for you.
Oh, yeah. And then we also have Tod Ramsey here. He's going to do a drum duel with us. We're going to see how that goes. So we'll be right back after this. The crowd's here. The buffet's almost open. And we'll be right back after this, everybody. Bye-bye. Now I have to get out of here. Good job, everybody. Yeah, now you can go.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, Marcus, we got to get you to do a sound check on you now. See how easy it is?
Oh no, the trash bag boys are back again.
This is a job for
Heavy Hill, the garbage man, and his trusty steed, Trashicorn.
Hi-ho, Trashicorn! I make trash disappear. I pick up 3 to 5 bags a week. I'll be there Monday if nothing don't happen. If a bag busts, I'll clean it up before I leave. Ding. If I tell y'all to do it, I'll do it. Ding. I won't go after it's snowing. Bang. I won't go after it's bad weather, I'll put it that way. You people might know y'all's job, but you don't know mine. I'm a church-going man. Ding. All I ask you to do is pay on time. If you don't, I'll sick Huzzy on you. Whoa, Huzzy.
Thank you, Heavy Hill.
Dance, I'll count to 3. Hey, we're back, everybody. Welcome back from that commercial. Yeah, hey, the audience is here. Look at that. A smattering of applause from all. How many we have here?
We have 252.
250.
252 we gained 2 at the intermission.
Wow.
But they're sitting in the aisle, which is a fire hazard.
Wow.
Again. So we'll probably have to get rid of them.
So security is on their way, right?
Security's on their way for that whistler.
Yeah, the
wherever
whistler.
he's at. Right
Everybody
there.
has one. So we're back, everybody. Welcome to Mastication Station. Lee is here to tell you where we are, who our sponsor is, and anything that I forgot.
Inconceivable.
So we're in Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Yeah.
which is our home base. Yeah, I talked with legal, and they wanted us to come back quickly. I don't really know why, but we're here.
Yes.
We have a fabulous audience. Family members, not our families, but family members, friends and friends of the family.
Yes.
Friends of the family. So, and our sponsor, with a lot of research and digging and begging, is Leroy's lightly used paintbrush and toothbrush emporium. Ooh, I like it. So if you want to get a brush that's been used, pre-used, so we know it works, go to Leroy's paintbrush and toothbrush emporium.
So is there DNA or anything on the toothbrushes? So we
Not
know
as far as we know.
Check, please.
where they've been or anything like
Well,
that?
I can tell you that, when you buy a new toothbrush, the bristles are like this, right?
Right.
And these are all like that.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's been used. There's a really good chance you get a little tartar.
Yeah.
Brush that off.
Well, that's good. That's actually, they say it's good for you.
Well, it's good if you're making tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not so much. And the paintbrushes are, same with the paintbrushes, little splayed out. You like that?
Yeah.
Splayed. That's my new word for the week. Splayed.
Splayed?
Splayed.
Oh, my.
Look that up. Somebody Google that.
Yeah,
Splayed.
since we have the word splayed tonight, we have Marcus Schwab is here.
Nice.
Splayed. He's a physician's assistant.
That's right.
All in Fort Wayne.
Correct.
Right? So, first of all, why?
Great question. Before we dive too far into it,
yes.
I did have a suggestion for
Yes.
you.
Oh, good.
As you've been talking about sponsors,
Yeah.
and you already have one nation that's kind of upset with you.
Yes.
I wonder if you could, as you're greeting your host, you could say Gluten Tag.
Oh, boy.
Can you put that
Just
in
a
the
suggestion.
suggestions?
We're not
there
supposed
you
to. We're not supposed to say that word.
What? Gluten Tag?
Yeah. Now you said it again.
Well, he's
Every time you say it, it's going to cost us money that we
Cost
don't
you?
have.
okay.
Challenge accepted.
So
Yeah,
you're
I think,
why do you think
it's one of those things. I kind of fell backwards into it. Growing up
that
on a
might have
pig
hurt.
farm, we always had vets come out.
You
and
say pig?
a pig
Okay,
farm.
okay.
Yeah. We always had vets come out that would kind of check the pigs and take a look at them. And I remember very specifically a day where we were having trouble with some of our pigs getting sick.
Okay.
And the vet coming out and doing an autopsy in the barn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's not
And so
good.
as a 6-year-old, that was like, whoa,
Yeah.
crazy. But I kind of just got a fascination for the human body and science, and just kind of had some friends and family members that were in the field that kind of coached me into that area. And never looked back.
So for people watching, maybe they want to do it. So how much school do you need for that? I don't even know that.
Yeah, there's you got to get all the way from kindergarten all the way out of high school first.
Oh, I
That's
need
the
your
biggest thing.
GED.
You're out. You're out. Sorry.
We'll circle back around. We'll find you a way in.
Yeah.
There's 4 years of undergraduate training, which is usually like a bachelor's in health science or a pre-medicine degree. And then depending on the program that you go to, it's roughly about 24 to 27 months after that.
Okay.
So 6 years post high school.
So what are the
Depends if you're
main?
doing the
What are the
Caribbean or not.
main duties that you? Oops.
Yeah.
Did I say duty? I got it. Okay. There's one. I
There's
said
one.
duties.
Two.
Sorry. I said duty.
Those don't count.
Okay. So what are the main things that you do as
Yeah.
that?
So depending on what specialty that you're in, the duties are going to be totally different. There it is.
Can you say it? Wait,
I
can you?
can't,
Okay.
but they're negative for you.
Oh.
So in the ER, my responsibility is taking care of anything that walks in the door. That
Anything?
can be anything, any person, any
Oh, okay. Like a horse.
any
is out.
complaint. Horses are out. We'll call that vet back up.
Okay. Yeah.
Anything walks in?
Any complaint that walks in the door, whether it's a rash that's been there for 3 weeks, difficulty breathing, respiratory distress, anything that really walks in the door is within the scope of our practice to care for, which is really, really fun to do.
So
So it's really all encompassing.
the word emergency means to me, I'm bleeding, I'm dying, my arm is by one limb. But you're telling me, do people come in? Well, how much of it is actually an emergency?
Yeah, that's pretty rarely the case, actually.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of Chicago Med and those kinds of shows really help kind of glorify what we're trained to do, but very rarely are we actually doing that kind of work.
No fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff. Exactly.
So what's the main reason, like number one, if you can think of it, that people come into the emergency room?
Yeah, I think it's just quicker access to healthcare.
So
And
they
so depending on what the need is.
miss their appointment or something.
Yeah, that happens very often.
Really?
Yeah. I had a lady just the other day, she missed her appointment yesterday. So
Yesterday?
Yeah. So
Wow.
then it was a little bit easier to come in and see us to care for it.
Wow.
So that happens quite often. But I mean, through the weekend and stuff, when there's people have earaches or sore throats and have been coughing for a week and a half and need some extra help. A lot of that's what we do. And depending on the location and where we're at, makes a big difference as well.
You sound like you have a question.
I do.
Yes.
So, let's go back to when you're a child, and you're
You want to lay
watching
down here?
you're watching the pigs,
Sure, go ahead.
and you're seeing a pig have an autopsy, which I'm guessing the pig didn't enjoy, because it was probably
He never told me.
dead. So, had you not seen the pig autopsy, what other profession would you have been swayed into?
That's actually related.
Think very little.
Cooking bacon, I think.
Also, the pig not enjoying that either.
No, I would say not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
those roads in similarly, I think. Yeah.
So you would have been a chef?
Yeah, actually, that was one of the things that I actually still enjoy now. But as a kid, I did enjoy cooking quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh,
Good. You should try
What's
that,
your
Tony.
main dish that you make?
Tony's a terrible
I make a
cook.
pretty mean grilled cheese. My
Oh.
wife calls them a cheese toasty.
Cheese
Grilled
toast.
cheese is
Those
good.
people are weird.
Grilled cheese.
Yeah, it's a grilled cheese.
What do you put? Do you put anything in it besides?
Typically, I start with bread,
That's a good idea.
It's a good start.
and then you put a little butter on it,
Uh-huh.
and then I take some cheese,
Okay.
put that right in the middle.
Yeah.
Another piece of bread.
Oh my gosh.
Right on top. It's wild.
You are out of control.
And then sometimes I will use mayo
No.
instead of butter. You know this trick?
No.
You can actually
Mayonnaise.
use mayonnaise instead of butter.
No! God, please, no!
It's got
It's
eggs
a real
in it.
thing. It's a real thing.
Get
You can
out.
use Miracle Whip if you want.
Well, wait, but you have the mayonnaise on it, and you're like grilling the mayonnaise?
Instead of the butter. Instead of the butter. But you have to be patient. You can't put it on and then try to flip it too soon. Or
But
it
now,
won't
is the
work.
butter on the inside or the butter on the outside?
There's no butter with the mayo.
What?
You use mayo in place of the butter.
In place of the butter.
In place of the
Outside.
butter. Yep.
That's
Audience, what do you think? Would you use mayonnaise instead of butter?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I have.
Yes?
It's delicious.
It's a split audience.
Secretly nutritious.
What a secret.
Pay me now.
But I can't afford it.
I don't care.
I've got to feed my family. I'll call Denver Crow. I'll call Denver Crow.
Don't you dare.
Make him settle for a payment you can afford as low as $99 a month. That's the power of the new bankruptcy law.
842 help.
So, speaking of mayonnaise being grilled, what's one of the grossest things that you've seen in the emergency room?
Oh man, we were at a group setting, and one of the things within the group setting, we're all going around in a circle talking about something that's unique about each person. And I really wanted to say this, but I thought my wife would get a little too squeamish. If the body has an orifice, I've pulled something out of it.
Yeah.
So I quite often find myself with my fingers in very precarious positions.
Okay, so which leads me to the next question, the follow-up. What's one of the
for
weirdest
that?
things you pulled out of an orifice?
Ooh,
I don't think you should have gone there,
can I?
Tony.
Well, how much can I say here?
Hey, I can always edit.
Edited right out.
I have pulled a crack pipe out of a rectum before.
Okay, okay,
I have done that.
okay. Now, what's the resale value on that?
Well, to the original owner, you can get a pretty good price.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Has anybody been in like, a lot of just a mess everywhere, like blood everywhere and all that?
Yeah. There's the dialysis patients.
Okay.
Have a special thing called a fistula in their arm, and that's a connection between the vein and the artery, and so that's under a lot of more pressure than the rest of the body, and so those can get cut and injured, and they start to spew like crazy.
Oh, that's when you
that
paint
can
the
get you
wall.
pretty bloody, pretty
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Then pass out.
like you're doing this job all the time. What's like one of the like rewards that you're getting out of it, as far as like feeling better about yourself, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not. At least I'm not that guy.
I've been doing it for almost 8 years, and I'm still looking for the reward, I think. No, I think the most gratifying is when someone comes in with an actual urgent to emergency that we can fix and care for, and they're thankful for it, and you've been able to meet them where they needed the help.
Like rebar through the chest.
Correct. Yeah. Great resale value there.
Have you ever seen a patient later and when they were okay, like upright and everything? Have you ever seen them?
I typically try to avoid them in the wild. Yeah.
So Lee has one more question.
Yeah, so if you could be any fish in the ocean, I've asked this before of other guests, and they're all stumped.
You usually only ask fish, though, so you're pretty...
Well, so it's like a vet thing with a pig. No, not really. You could be any fish in the ocean. What type of fish would you be, and why? You can't say shark, it's already been used.
Clownfish, because I think they just have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well, that was a short answer. It's supposed to be like a long, drawn-out answer with a huge explanation. Okay.
And I like the color orange.
It's very spiritual.
Yeah.
Metaphorical.
I've only said duties 4 times now.
We got a little bit more to do.
So you're a triathlete.
With a Y, yeah. Correct.
You being an athlete. I got you.
Trying to be an athlete.
So a triathlete, is that like swim, shoot a gun, and strangle somebody? What is that?
The order was close.
Okay.
No, it's you start with the swim, and then you do a bike, and then you run. So you
all at once.
All at the same time.
Okay.
If you can. Biking in the water is difficult. Once you get to the other side, there's enough of a way.
So how long do you have to train for that?
I trained for about a month, which was not long enough.
No.
Yeah. So I survived and I got through it.
But you finished.
I did finish.
That's wonderful.
And then to be clear, I did a sprint triathlon, which is a little bit shorter.
Okay.
So not the full marathon.
Not the full marathon, no.
Oh.
No. So it's the swimming portion. The one that I did was 500 meters, and then the bike was 10 miles, and then the run was 3.
Wow.
Yep.
I can't even drive 10 miles.
It's tricky.
You have a question for Lee.
I do.
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Yeah. No, you don't have to.
Nobody ever asked me.
If you were going to be in a zoo, would you be the zookeeper or the animal?
Ooh. Or would you be the mayonnaise in the
It wasn't your question. I would be an animal. I would be in the aviary. I'd be a bird.
A bird? What kind of bird?
Big bird.
Like from Sesame Street?
No, I would be a bird that would be able to talk, like a macaw. So when the kids come throw a peanut, I could say something abusive to them. Aren't you supposed to be in school?
That sounds very therapeutic.
I think so. Are you ready for a challenge?
Sure.
Is it past your curfew? Are you okay?
I'm okay for now.
Okay. So you want to explain?
Yeah, I'm going to set the mood.
Our game? Okay.
So
should we feed this baby first?
What baby? Whoa.
Breakthrough, 5 years of therapy. Finally, and you see the baby.
How long has that been there?
Since day 1. Since
What?
show 1.
Really?
Show 1. Someone, I'm guessing your wife, brought it in and said, make sure Tony is aware of the doll and the high chair. And since then, you've never seen it. So we've had you in therapy to break something happened in your childhood with you involved in whatever that thing is, high chair.
Okay.
So now you've finally seen it. Now we can finally get it off.
Brings up more
set.
questions than answers.
Do you need a check for
A
duty?
lot more questions. than answers.
Yeah.
You definitely need more therapy.
Well, now that we have a new friend here, can you tell us the challenge?
Okay, so I'm going to set a scene for you.
Ready?
And then the two of you are going to speak the story about what's going on in the scene, one word at a time.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds
So
good.
the scene, because it is October,
Yeah.
and of course everyone's thinking, Halloween.
Sure.
It won't be Halloween.
Okay.
So the scene is you're at Walmart. You've just entered Walmart. The greeter has said, welcome to Walmart, kind of stuff. And you've decided to go to the sporting goods store, part of Walmart. Sporting goods store, part of Walmart, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So it's the usual crowd, 3 o'clock in the morning Walmart crowd. Scary. Scary.
Now, are we together or are we in the story synonymous?
You're in the store together,
Yeah, we're talking
trying to
each other.
figure out
Got
what
it.
to buy in the sporting goods section.
Okay.
So it depends. Think about your hobbies, sports,
And
guns,
how do we
archery.
get points?
You get points by how quickly you can go back and forth, and the more syllabic words you can use.
Who's first?
Our guest will go
Who's
first.
first? Okay.
It's showtime.
Look
Okay.
Out.
for
That
dangerous
bird.
in
The
aviary
Ooh, he's way ahead of you now.
of
the
wall.
Mart. Period.
Period. Okay. Who said Mart? I have a very low memory.
I think I said Mart.
Okay.
You got the period in there.
It
Wouldn't
cost
very
much
for
me
to
take
that
gun
rifle
for
you.
and
Then
I
wouldn't
load
it
today.
or
I might lose.
You already
Or if
I
had
then
spent
all
my
expenses
on
the
gun.
period.
We got it. All right. So, can you come up with a score for that?
There were so many little one-point words between the two of you, but he did get a couple bigger words in there.
He did.
Aviary was
So
that
I'm,
was
I'm
a
afraid
10
I'm afraid you're going to
Double
lose
word
again.
score.
Yeah.
Well, applause for our winner. Marcus Schwab is here. We'll be back after this, everybody. The buffet will be open here in about an hour, so we'll be back. Thank you.
Hey baby, how is your car run? Do you have a trouble with your transmission? Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestico foreign, I please you with my service. Hello, my name is Gorgon. Let me help you shift it.
Hey, there you are. Hey, welcome back.
Scary.
The pig is okay. Don't worry about it. He's fine, and the bacon's delicious. Lee is here to tell you where we are and what's going on, and who we are, and all that stuff.
Well, we're in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Tony, our home base. We've got a lovely audience, about 250-ish
Lovely audience.
people. Lovely audience.
Yep.
They've been very cooperative with most of the security issues and the smoke and the fire possible.
Yeah.
But so we're happy to have them, and I did notice there we have several of our former students are in the audience.
Wow, okay.
There was one back there, I don't know if it was Machete or what it was, but
oh wow,
he wants to see you after the
okay.
show.
Nope.
So that's all
Sorry
good.
about that. Yeah.
That's all right. And our sponsor it took some getting.
Yes.
Because all our other sponsors dropped out of sight. And their checks bounced. So that's not a very good sponsor, but that's okay. Leroy's lightly used paintbrush and toothbrush emporium.
Okay.
Emporium, is the key word
That
there.
denotes old.
Old
Emporium.
and like circus-like atmosphere.
Circus-like toothbrushes.
Well-used toothbrushes.
Okay.
Like you use them to clean the toilet. I don't
course.
understand that at all. But maybe that the previous guest that we had on maybe found something.
Maybe he got.
Maybe found something that is now at the Emporium.
Yeah. So, very special guest with us today. This is Tod Ramsey.
All right.
Tod Ramsey's here. And he is. Are you? Would you call yourself a drummer or a percussionist, or both, or neither?
Well, maybe I used to be a percussionist, but now I'm just a drummer.
Okay, so like trap set, all that.
Yes, and today my wife pointed out maybe this is why you had me on your show.
Okay.
I don't know. This is National Hug a Drummer Day. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
October 16th. And this is being
I did not
recorded.
know that.
Yes.
So now she knows. So.
And you're a drummer.
I am a drummer.
Your daughter's a drummer.
My daughter's a drummer.
My boys are drummers. There's drummers everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Some people call them dummers, and I don't think that's very nice.
Well, no, that's not very nice.
As long as they don't do it in the classroom.
So how long have you done that, and why did you do it?
Well, like so many, I came from a musical family. My grandmother was a piano teacher, and mom and everybody played an instrument of some sort, and it was kind of expected, and I grew up with it. And my dad died the same year I was born. And my mom...
That's bad timing.
That was the 50s.
It was.
And my mom ended up moving back with her mom, my grandmother.
Okay.
And so we lived with her. And that's how it all kinds of started. And she really wanted me to play piano. That was a big disappointment.
Now I want you to practice and practice and practice until you are perfect.
But I wanted to be like Dennis Wilson of the Beach Boys or Happy Little Ringo behind the Beatles. So I wound up playing drums.
So when I started playing drums, I always built it with ice cream tubs and coffee cans. Did you do stuff like that, or did you just hit?
No, my uncle.
Tony grew up during the Depression.
Left his drums in a closet at my grandmother's house.
Oh, okay.
So I dragged them out, and I didn't have sticks. I had pencils.
I use pencils too.
Yeah. Well, very good.
They're very lightweight. They're not like these. I mean, these are.
Those
wow.
Are
it's like spaghetti.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not as good though, spaghetti. So, you've toured, and there's a train thing I want to talk to you about in a little bit. But you've toured. How far have you toured away from Fort Wayne?
Well, I did a USO tour.
You did a USO tour. So how many countries?
I think it was 7.
So 7 countries.
It was called the Orient Tour at the time, and Korea, Japan, Philippines, Guam, Hawaii, and a bunch of little Pacific islands. And
Hawaii.
It was fun, but I wanted to say something that. If you learn a skill like playing an instrument, you can have a fairly interesting life.
Yeah.
You can travel and get paid doing it, and that's basically what I did. And I've been to every state in the United States.
Really?
Except for 2. Never made it to Washington and Oregon.
Oh, you're not missing much.
But played Canada a lot. We were always in Toronto and played on a cruise ship and did all kinds of stuff that I normally wouldn't probably have done if it weren't for playing the drums.
So you played on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
So how long is a tour? Like you just for the one trip, or you stay and then everybody leaves and more people come on?
Yeah. Well, they actually have 3-month contracts. I didn't go that long.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lee has a question. I forgot mine. I forget my question every once in a while. So,
on the USO tour,
yes.
Any chance that you maybe were with Bob Hope?
No.
You know what's really weird? I was going to ask him if you met Bob Hope.
No.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That you forgot the question that I had to ask.
No, never.
He
met
was
Bob
more
Hope.
World War II.
Yeah, in the Vietnam era, it was huge. Man.
Yeah, I don't think you want to play the drums in Vietnam and get shot.
No,
I don't know.
Not too keen on that.
No. You said you had funny incidents
Did
that
I ask
happened
don't
when you
think
were
I
playing
asked
the
my
drums.
question.
Yeah, well, just some of the groups, they were 70s acts, and we played a lot of state fairs and the big county fairs, and we had an agent that would book us as the warm-up act for the main act.
Okay.
This band that I was with out of Columbus, Ohio, called Sunshine Express.
Sunshine Express.
How's that for a 70s name?
Nice.
Yeah. And Well, there was a teenage idol by the name of Leif Garrett.
Leif Garrett.
You remember that name?
Yes, he was on ships once.
Wasn't he a Viking?
Well, it was a different one.
Leif Erikson.
He was probably related to Leif Erikson.
They were on the ship together.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The Leafs.
Anyway, there's all these, I'd never heard anything like it, all these screaming, 12 to 17-year-old girls. I was just amazed, and we played 2 shows with him. It was like 10,000 girls each show, and halfway through our show, they started chanting, "We want Leif." And we're looking at each other. We got a contract. We were supposed to play 20 minutes, and what do we do? What do we do? And we played our 20 minutes, and it was a little embarrassing. But it happened both shows. About halfway through, we played about 10 minutes, and we want Leif. So that was a little embarrassing.
I don't think it's embarrassing to get upstaged by Leif Garrett. I mean, who can say that?
Well,
I want to dance with you and this.
Well, he was, I think, 17 at the time. I was like 21, so he had all these fans, and it was just amazing.
So you opened for him.
Yes.
Now, were you able to hear yourselves over the screaming or not?
Well, when we were playing, it was no problem. But when he was playing, it was just, I'd never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
That was just, I can't imagine those first Beatles concerts, like Shea Stadium in '64. That must have been just.
And they probably couldn't hear themselves. And if they wanted to try something new, the audience almost didn't let them. They wanted to hear
exactly
Leif Garrett songs,
The Beatles played Leif Garrett.
It was interesting.
Of course.
No wonder they were popular.
I hadn't heard that sound until like 20 years later. I took my daughter to see the Backstreet Boys in Indianapolis, and I started having flashbacks. And go, there it is again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was interesting.
I say, this is Frankie and Johnny's, a place that lets you have it with no problem. I'd like to buy a bedroom set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I receive Social Security and welfare.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I'd like to buy a living room set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I filed bankruptcy.
You have to see the special man.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I say, see Frankie and Johnny, easy credit man in town for only $50 down. They can put you in a living room set, a bedroom set today. See the special man.
I got the $50.
Let her have it. With no problem.
I got it with no problem.
Yeah, the first year of our marriage, I was gone about 8 months, and the second year I cut it down to 6 months, but I could see the writing on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
I had to get a real job.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. I was playing on a cruise ship at the time we were married, and that my wife says that's when she began to realize how cheap her new husband is. Took her on a cruise ship, a gig, and considered it to be our honeymoon.
Well, at least, it was your honeymoon. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So she was able to come along sometimes. Was it just that one time, or did she come along?
It was just that one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
never again.
Never again.
Yeah. She's put up with me.
So you're playing now on a train, I hear.
Yes.
So it's not, because I don't know why I envisioned you sitting on like a caboose of a train, playing your drum stuff with a band, and it's not moving.
No.
That's not right.
No.
So how's that work?
We're walking down the aisleways of the cars while it is moving, so we're going back and forth. And it's a little trio, and we just play train songs and 40s music, because that's when train travel was at its peak, and tell goofy jokes, and we just have a good time.
So it's like a stage show, like in between aisles.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So how far does this go?
Well, most of them start out in Angola, Pleasant Lake, and go up to Hillsdale, Michigan, and then there's a layover, and then it comes back, and it takes pretty much all day. Yeah, and people really enjoy it. A lot of the tours sell out.
You said they sell out really quickly.
Yes,
right?
yes they do. Yeah.
Because how many seats does that accommodate?
Oh gosh, I'm not even sure.
Do you stupid question? Do you do like multiple train cars or just one when you play?
There's 8 train cars. Just played it last weekend.
But you go through all of the cars and play, and then go back and then
a couple times. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and come back.
So after you get home, do you have like You feel like you're going to...
You've heard of sea legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing, only they call it train legs.
Train legs.
In fact, I woke up this morning because I played it all weekend, and I was doing this, walking down the hallway.
So are you over it yet?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So there's a website for that, right?
Yeah, Indiana Rail Experience.
Indiana Rail Experience, and that's where people can get tickets, or if there's any left, right?
Yeah.
Indiana Rail Experience. You see that on the desk? It's right there in post-production, right there.
There it is.
Indiana Rail Experience, right next to the washboard there. And so you play this washboard. On there.
All those drum lessons and practicing drum set, and it's come down to a washboard. But people love it.
But at least your clothes are clean, right?
For the most part. Yeah, I wash them and no starch.
No starch, of course. Yeah. But you've been on a cruise, you've been on a train. Have you ever airplanes or hang gliders or anything like that?
But I have lots of wedding reception stories. I played wedding receptions in bands around Fort Wayne for a long time.
So
there's been some nutty things.
Yeah. Well, okay. Do you have anything in your head as the one thing that's happened at a?
Well, there's so many, but there was this big wedding at the Grand Wayne Center. Grand Wayne was relatively new. This was in the 80s. There was a big sit-down dinner for like 500 guests or something. And, yeah.
Wow.
The parents of the bride just spent a fortune on this wedding. And her sorority sisters were feeding her drinks, and she got really rather inebriated.
Yes.
And she wouldn't come out of the bathroom, and she kept saying over and over, "But I don't want to be married." And it was awful. We felt really bad for her, but the wedding planner was just going crazy. "Come on, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to cut the cake, you got to throw the bouquet," and she could barely stand up. Poor gal.
Wow.
It was a little embarrassing. I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Felt bad for
the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you come up with a wedding song that'd be really inappropriate for a wedding? Like I'm thinking All My Exes Live in Texas.
Nope. Well, that's a good one. Yeah.
Can you think of one? A really bad wedding song? Come on, Lee. Song that you shouldn't play. Another one bites the dust.
That'd be
got one.
Highway to Hell.
Oh.
Nope. Highway to Hell. Yes.
I have an Elton John song, but I can't say it. Yeah, something about somebody's back or something. Anyway, so anyway. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate that we were able to get you, because you were booked out for so many months that we were able to snatch you.
I'm glad.
So every interview we do a challenge,
right?
And so the last challenge was different than what we're going to do. We're going to do a little dumb duo, a drum duo.
Okay.
So we're going to change the set. We're going to put some spikes up, and then we're going to see if we can get this drum duo going. So we'll be right back. After this, we're going to get our drum thing going.
Get your drum on.
Okay. Hey, everybody, welcome back. We're here live. Hey, the studio audience is here. Tod Ramsey and us are going to do it, and us, and I, and me, and we are going to do. I've never taken English before, so I'm new at it.
It's your native language.
We're gonna do. This is our challenge. Our challenge is we're gonna do a little dueling banjos thing on the drummy things here, and then Lee's gonna tell us who won. Okay. Now, do you want to start it like you did last time over the commercial break?
I think you should increase your tempo progressively. You know, Mr. Drummer. Wow.
All right.
I think we need more cowbell.
Our judge is going to tell us the winner of the challenge tonight. What's Lee?
Boy, that was a close one.
Think.
Tony, you kind of were going nuts there, which is great.
Thank you.
But he brings a lot more variety, even though he's got a lot more going on there. I would say that would be a tie. You two sounded really good together.
Tie?
It's amazing that you have a talent. It's just amazing.
That's true. I hit stuff.
You hit stuff well. Drums and kettles and buckets.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome, Tod Ramsey. We'll be right back after this, everybody. Thank you. I think the buffet's almost open.
Never had one lesson.
One lesson. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, Marty McDermott for the Martin Fine Furniture Store, the oldest furniture business in Indiana, and our prices are out of this world. 50% off everything, every day. A free chair with every sofa purchase. Free delivery, free setup, and 6 months free financing.
Mr. Martin, did all these Martians buy our furniture?
Yeah, and I hope they don't expect free delivery all the way to Mars.
You got that right.
Welcome back. Hey, we got an audience here tonight. Where are we at?
We're still in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
We'll probably be for the next couple of weeks until legal gets that whole thing about Iceland.
Yeah. Well, the
figured
mail
out.
is at that new, at the new home office. So they probably won't see it for a while.
Well, if they put it on one end, they got to go all the way to the other end and drop it off, and all the way back to the other end.
Yeah, that's true. So what are we going to be next time?
I don't know. Well, that'll be around what, Christmas time? That'll be
yeah.
late November, maybe. We could go back to Iceland and do that egg drop again. That was hysterical.
That was
watching
for
them
the
drop
New Year,
those
right?
eggs on your head.
Yeah. And to my people in Iceland, I just say to you,
I think you just ticked off the entire continent of Africa.
I can't say that here, but I can say it there. So
let's just hope it was clean.
Yeah, I hope so. It would be. So
we're right back to the orifice again, then. Aren't we?
I like our sponsor. Who was it again? Tout them. Who was it?
It was Leroy's lightly used
invasive
toothbrushes,
species,
paintbrushes, toothbrushes, Emporium.
You always forget when you're sitting there.
Well, I don't have my prompter.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
So the used toothbrushes.
The paintbrushes, I could see. The toothbrushes, we talked about that. They start like
The
this when you
bristles
buy them, and then they're like this.
Yeah.
Splayed out.
Are those like cheaper?
Oh no, they're more expensive.
Oh, they're more expensive.
Yeah, because they've been tested already. Tested and true to being used.
Yes. Well, if you want to email us or phone us or fax us or swap recipes or
give us subpoenas
or
serve us,
you can email us. And where am I going to put the email? Right.
Well, you got the train email down here.
Yeah.
So you're going to have
to
to put it on top of the desk, I think.
So here.
Like right from here to the invasive plants that keep creeping across the desk.
Okay, so there it is. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay, so mastication station at yahoo.com right there. Mastication station at yahoo.com for any quips, humorous vignettes, or recipe swaps. You said we're going to be in Ice.
I think we should do either Iceland or Greenland.
Okay.
It's weird how those got named by the Vikings. Iceland's actually green and Greenland's actually icy.
That's because the Vikings are colorblind.
That's because they're whacked out.
Yes. Because they have horns on them.
And then they left early.
All right, we'll be back. See you, everybody. Thanks for coming, audience, for the 50th show.
And we do validate parking.
So come back for the 100th. We'll be right back next time. See you, bye.
Validate your parking.
Promise.
I want a refund.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. And it was under 2. One interview will be a few weeks, 2 weeks. The next interview will be the week after probably, and then the whole show will probably be... We're gonna cheer. Well, are you doing video or audio?
If the body has an orifice, I've pulled something out of it.